Hi, this is Miss Brown. I'm going to show you in this video how to use the Big 7 strategy for division. We're going to start by solving this problem. 256 divided by 8. To begin the strategy of the Big 7 for division, we draw a Big 7. We place the dividend in the center and the divisor on the outside. In this situation, I have drawn this twice because I'm going to show you two different ways to solve this problem. If you were to use the standard US algorithm for division, you would only have one way to solve it. But the great thing about the Big 7 strategy is that student A can have one way of solving it, and student B can solve it in a different way. And they can both use what they know about place value and multiplication to solve it and end up with the same correct answer. Let me show you. Student A first notices 250, and they say 250 is pretty close to 240, and I know that 8 times 3 is 24. If 8 times 3 is 24, 8 times 30 is 240. So they write 30 here because they say 8 times 30, and they write 240 right here. And just like with the standard US algorithm for division, we subtract here. 6 minus 0 is 6. 5 minus 4 is 1. And leaves us with 16. And this student, who knows their multiplication very well, says 8 times 2 is 16. And right here we add to find our answer. So student A finds the answer to be 32, with only 2 short steps in the problem. Student B is a student who doesn't have as developed of a knowledge of multiplication and place value. So student B starts with a smaller portion of the number. He sees 56, and he says 8 times 7 is 56. So he writes that in. He says 200. How can I get close to 200? Well, the only thing I know is 8 times 10. So he puts 10 here. He says 80. I know that 200 minus 80 is 120. Okay? He says, I only know 8 times 10 is 80. So he puts another 10 here and takes 80. And then he sees 40 and he says, oh, I know 8 times 5 is 40. So 8 times 5 is 40, and that leaves him with a 0 remainder. Now all he has to do, just like student A did, is add. And we should get the same answer. 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 7 is 27, plus 5 is 32. So the great thing about the Big 7 strategy is that anyone can use it using any knowledge that they have about multiplication.